Hello everybody, this is Conquering History Games. This is just a quick little video. I did this back in January for NJPW's Wrestle Kingdom, and only a few people checked it out, but they seemed interested in what I had to say. So it's a big wrestling weekend for those of you who don't know about it. If you're not interested in wrestling, just turn this off. This is like nothing else on the channel, but I thought I would get out there my official predictions since I think I did pretty good back in January. I think the only thing I got wrong in my predictions was the main event between Tanahashi and Omega for Wrestle Kingdom, and I was very happy to actually be wrong because I had Omega, but I was very happy when Tana won. Anyway, so I'm going to do this video here on my predictions for Takeover. I'm gonna do predictions for WrestleMania, and then for the thing I'm looking forward to most this weekend, I'm gonna do my predictions for the G1 Supercard. So look out for that soon. Anyway, I'm just splitting them up so you can just check out which one you want to see. So first off, NXT Tag Team Championship, War Raiders versus Dusty Road Classics winners. I think it's funny that they label it this way because the team doesn't have a name, that being Aleister Black and Ricochet. My personal favorite name for that team is Two Black Guys. I think it's funny. Anyway, so my prediction here is I'm going to have War Raiders retain, even though it could be a cool story where Aleister Black and Ricochet win tonight, and they also win on at WrestleMania, so then they have 4 belts between the two of them. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the War Raiders are going to be here to stay for a little while. Moving up the card, we've got NXT North American Championship, Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle. You know, Velveteen Dream, he's so damn good. He's going to be the guy one day. I actually saw somebody say something recently, and I thought it was so true. He's basically somebody who is like mixing a lot of the best aspects of and they phrased it better than I did, but basically the best aspects of 1980s Hulk Hogan, 1990s Shawn Michaels, and early 2000s Rock is all culminating together in Velveteen Dream. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna say Matt Riddle. I don't think they're gonna give Matt Riddle necessarily a Goldberg-like streak. I think they're actually gonna give him a loss at some point before he gets like some sort of undefeated streak that's out of control. Although technically he's already lost to Cassius Ohno, I believe. Actually, did he officially lose, or did he just get beat down by him? But they want Matt Riddle to look good, and if Matt Riddle's North American champion, they don't have to answer questions about why he isn't in the NXT championship picture. So I've got Matt Riddle picking this one up, and then maybe Velveteen Dream's going to move back up the card to fight for the NXT championship again down the line. Against whoever this winner is, which I'll talk about in a minute. All right, next, WWE United Kingdom Championship, Pete Dunne versus Walter. Walter has been super hyped, and Pete Dunne has held this belt for like 2 years, something like that, and like, that's cool and all. In fact, I believe he is the longest reigning champion in the WWE's modern era, which is a very loose term, but it's ridiculous how long that he has held this belt. But that really speaks to the lack of competition, and I think Walter coming in is going to be a huge part of that. So, you could argue that maybe Walter will lose here, but then they'll go into a program together. But I think Walter's got to pick it up. He's coming in way too hot. All right, next up, NXT Women's Championship, Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane versus Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair. There are few things safer for a WWE champion than being in a fatal 4-way match, so I think Baszler is going to pick this one up very handedly. Maybe they'll finally move Kairi Sane up after this, but that's like a whole other discussion. But I think Shayna Baszler is going to pick this up. This is classic JBL long-term heel with outside interference going on. She's screwed all 3 of these people. Well, actually, no, I don't think that she's fought Io Shirai one-on-one. But what I'm saying is, like, she's in some shape or form basically screwed these other 3 women. And then so what does the manager role do? Say, okay, you're going to fight all of them at once now, and then she's going to still find a way to sneak out of there. I'm not necessarily saying she's going to cheat, but maybe it's going to be something like Io Shirai hits a moonsault on somebody, and then maybe, she throws Io Shirai out of the ring and gets the pin, or somebody who we're not even thinking of right now, who's maybe not even one of the MMA horsewomen, comes in, attacks somebody who's about to get the win, and then Shayna Baszler is walking out of this one. I know that's going to piss people off, but, they're doing something with her, and you got to live with it. Finally, NXT Championship 2 out of 3 falls match, Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. Whoever wins this is going to be the first ever Grand Slam champion for NXT. I mean, because they're going to have they'll have been tag champs, North American champs, and NXT champs. So it's going to be a pretty big deal. Gargano, that's the only belt he has not won. Same thing for Cole. Cole, he was the inaugural North America champion, so I could see him being another one of the getting another landmark by being the first NXT Grand Slam champion. But I think Cole's got to pick this one up. I think there's the Undisputed Era to figure. Johnny Gargano, who's he really going to face? I just think there's less potential fresh matchups for him if he is the champ. And it's kind of a sudden halt to his story. So the only reason I see them giving it to Gargano is if they're going to do a long-term plan where they eventually turn Gargano heel, because I'm sure that Ciampa's going to come back as a babyface. I've actually been a huge Ciampa fan for a while. I'm much more of a Ciampa fan than a Gargano fan. Not that Gargano's shit or anything. I'm just saying that Ciampa was the dude, and I'm very upset that he's out for probably a year. Well, not upset. I'm not crying about it, but I think Cole's got this locked down. Gargano is much more of a chaser, but what this ultimately might come down to is the two philosophies. If it's like Triple H is Johnny Gargano, Vince McMahon style is Adam Cole. Neither of these is going to be a bad pick. Of course, you could also say Adam Cole might win the NXT Championship, so then him and Undisputed Era stay down on the main roster stay on the NXT roster rather than moving up for longer, because as we all know, moving from NXT to the main card is basically death, unless you're very lucky. Case in point, Ember Moon. Ember Moon's been debuted for a year, right? What the hell has she done? Yes, I know that she got injured recently, but she hasn't done a damn thing. But anyway, just to review, my official predictions are Tag Team Championship, Ward Raiders, NXT North American Championship, Matt Riddle, UK Championship, Walter, NXT Women's Championship, Baszler retains, and NXT Championship 2 out of 3 falls match, Adam Cole. So I kind of have a lot of, well, I don't want to say heels, but there's going to be, basically, I think every time, three titles will change hands, because technically this is a title changing hands. So that's the way it's going to go. It's going to lean heels, but I think the baby faces are going to have a strong WrestleMania, which I'll get to in that next video. So I'll see you in that WrestleMania one, which should come up later today.